Once there were 3 penguins, Len, Ken, and Pip, who decided to have a competition. While on top of a hill, each penguin had to throw his watch in the air, then run down to the hill and catch it before it hit the ground. Oh. First, Len threw his watch in the air, ran down the hill, and splat, the watch hit the ground. He wasn't fast enough. Then Ken threw his watch in the air and ran down the hill, but splat, his watch hit the ground because he wasn't fast enough either. Finally, Pip threw his watch in the air, ran down the hill, went over to the plaza for a slice of pizza, did some shopping over the sports shop, went ice skating at the ice rink, played in the snow forts, and had a cup of coffee in town, then came back and caught his watch. "How did you do that?" asked the other penguins. Pip replied, "My watch is 1 hour slow." That's bad. Pip walked into town with a lump of gravel under his arm. He asked another penguin if he could recommend a good place to get some refreshments. The penguin said, "Sure, there are a couple places on Club Penguin to get a drink. What were you looking for exactly?" Pip considered the lump of gravel under his arm and said, "Oh, nothing fancy. Just 1 bottle of soda for me and 1 for the road." What's black and white and red all over? A blushing penguin. What's a penguin's favorite time at school? Frost grade. Why did the penguin sniffle and cry on February 29th? It was a leap year. What do you call a penguin's shiny bill? A sleek beak. What do penguins wear on their feet when they visit Holland? Wouldn't you like to know? Who's a penguin's favorite aunt? Aunt Arctic. Where can a penguin wander around aimlessly? Oh, I forgot to. Where can a penguin wander around aimlessly? Rome. Where is a penguin most likely to slip and fall? Greece. Where can a penguin go to borrow money? Barcelona. Why don't you see penguins in Britain? Because they're afraid of whales. What do you call a penguin in the water? Bob. What do you call a penguin under a pile of leaves? Russell. What do you call a penguin in a mailbox? Oh, I forgot to drink for them. What do you call a penguin in a mailbox? Bill. Dan says, "Do you have holes in your socks?" Hal says, "I most certainly do not." Dan says, "Then how do you get your feet into them?" I know a penguin with a wooden wing named Jim. Bob says, "What's the name of the other wing?" I think I'm going to go inside the changing rooms at the gift shop to throw a temper tantrum. Why inside the changing room? Isn't that a good place for fits? Len wandered into the snow forts late one afternoon and came upon a group of penguins huddled behind a snow fort. Curious, Len waddled closer and saw that they were building a spaceship. "Hey, Why are you guys building a spaceship? Are you astronauts? Lynn asked. Pip looked up from his work and replied, Not yet, but we're gonna be. We're going to be the first penguins to ever launch into space and land on the sun. The sun, Lynn gasped, but won't the ship burn up? Pip chuckled. No, he said. We're going to go at night. Why did two penguins fight with the Club Penguin clock tower? Because the clock struck 1. Why did the hiking penguin rest? Why did the hiking penguin rest when he got tired? Where did the hiking penguin get rest when he tired? In his knapsack. Why did the silly penguin like working at the clock factory? He liked making faces. How did the penguin build a house? It glues together. Is your cough better? Much better. I've been practicing for weeks. I can walk through igloo walls. Really? How? I use the door. Can I hear the joke about the 15-foot wall around the snow fort? No. Why? Because you never get over it. This is a piece of Club Penguin trivia. Who's the head of Club Penguin Navy? Admiral Byrd. What type of bird can ride underwater? A ballpoint penguin? Oh, penguin. Why are penguins so popular on the internet? Because they have 2 web feet. What did the penguin say to the librarian after leaving his books out in the rain? Sorry, my books are overdue. How do you spell penguins backwards? PenguinbackWard. Well, what did the penguin say when he stubbed his toe on the sofa? Couch. What letter can the penguin sail on? The C. I got an F on my test because I couldn't remember where the South Pole was. Next time, remember where you put things. My wings asleep. I'll talk very quietly. Penguin knocked over the cup in the book room, getting his Moncala table all wet. Yet there was not a drop of hot chocolate in sight. How is this possible? The glass was filled with tea. Someone was enjoying a cup of tea in the coffee shop when he noticed a familiar face at the next table. He gathered up his courage and asked, Excuse me, are you Penelope Fitzwater, the star of the new show at the stage? Yes, I am, she acknowledged, and graciously signed an autograph for Sam. Sam went over to his friend Pip, a waiter, who was busy cleaning out the table. Did you know you have a Fitzwater in the house, Sam said. I'm not sure about that, Pip replied, but we do have hot chocolate and coffee at the counter. How do penguins mix liquids in science class? So beakers. What are 2 things a penguin cannot eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? What do penguins eat for breakfast? Ice cream of wheat. What kind of money does a penguin carry? Cold cash. Why does the penguin smile at the banana? Because he found it appealing. Why shouldn't a penguin drink it when it was cold? Coffee. Oh, coffee. Huh. What sound do penguin telephones make? Wing, wing. Help me fix a cup of hot chocolate. Why is it broken? The tea tastes funny. Then why aren't you laughing? Having a blast at the beach, 3 penguins decided to spend the day at the beach. The first penguin brought a cooler filled with ice water and cola. The second penguin brought a surfboard and sunglasses. The third penguin, Pip, brought a car door. What is that for? Pip's friends asked. Pip replied, Well, if it gets too hot, I can roll down the windows. What kind of fish do penguins catch at night? Starfish. Why did the penguin wash himself after he went to the beach? Because he was a sunbather. What does a penguin get when he eats gumdrops at the beach? Sandy candy. That's not even. What washes up on the seashores? Microwaves. What does a penguin wear to the beach? An iced t-shirt. Why didn't the penguin go to the beach with his friends? He was feeling under the feather. What do you call a penguin in the desert? Lost. Knock knock. Who's there? Justin. Justin who? Just in time for some swimming. Laughing at the lighthouse. Pip called in sick to work at the lighthouse one morning. Pip's friends Kip stopped by his house to see how he was doing. Get hummy, Kip said. When I press my forehead with my wing, it really hurts, and when I do the same to the cheek, it's also painful. If I press my tummy, I cry out. What could it be? Kip looked at Pip for a few answers and quickly came with the answer. You have a broken wing. How does the sea greet the iceberg? It waves. Who gets up earlier? A penguin who works at the lighthouse or a duck who works at the lighthouse? The duck, he gets up at the quack at dawn. Can a penguin jump higher than the lighthouse? Yes, lighthouses can't jump. Where's the best place to be if there's a hurricane in the South Pole, the North Pole? I bet I can drop this snowball 40 feet from the top of the lighthouse without breaking it. How is that possible? Climb to the top of the 50-foot lighthouse and drop the snowball over the edge. For the first 40 feet, it won't break. Kip called a hydro hopper driver on the telephone one afternoon and asked, "May I speak with Mr. or Mrs. Anchors, please?" The driver said, "I'll check if they're here. Hold on." The drivers walked up and down the dock asking all the penguins if they were named Mr. Anchors or Mrs. Anchors. After a few minutes, he returned to the phone and said, "No, I'm sorry, there are no anchors here." Kip responded, "Then how do you keep your boats from drifting away?" What do your buddies say to you before you play jetpack adventure? Be careful out there. What did the boat say when it came to shore? What's up, Doc? What lies at the bottom of the sea and shakes a nervous wreck? But it's something Rockhopper never wants to see on a ship, a sail. Okay. And we're back. Pip came running up to the rescue squad penguin. He said, "My friend has been hit on the head by a boomerang." The rescue squad penguin nodded and said, "I know which penguin you're talking about. I saw him playing with the boomerang earlier and thought someone might get hurt. Told him to throw the boomerang away." Pip said he did, but it came back. What's black and white and goes around and around? A penguin in a revolving door. What did a lawyer penguin wear to court? A lawsuit. Why are you wearing my new raincoat without asking? Because I didn't want to get your new t-shirt wet. I know a place in town where we can get eat dirt cheap. Yuck, why would I want to eat dirt? What would you call it when a penguin accidentally bumps into a bell? A wing ding. How did the penguin leave his band? On a sour note. Pip and his friend Kip decided to hike across the island and go on an ice fishing trip. Once they got there, they rented a boat and bought a new fishing rods and bait. It cost them 4,000 coins. After the end of their trip, all they had caught was one small fish. "Aw, shucks," Kip said. "Do you realize we spent about 2,000 coins each to catch one fish?" Replied Pip. "At that rate, it's going to be a good thing we only caught one." Why is it so easy to weigh fish? Because they have their own scales. What's the best way to catch a fish? Have someone throw it to you. How does a penguin communicate with a fish? He drops him a line. We call fish no eyes. It's spelled F-S-H with no I. What musical instrument can a penguin use to catch fish? A clarinet. What's the penguin fisherman's favorite baseball position? Catcher. What is black and white, black and white, black and white, and black and white? A penguin rolling down a hill. What do you call a pretty penguin who goes skiing? Sloping beauty. What kind of bug loves the snow? The mosquito. What didn't the penguins have fun on the ski kit trip? Because they were snowboarding. Like board. How do you find out what the weather is like on top of a mountain? You climb it. What black and white goes up and down? A penguin stuck on a chairlift. What do penguins like to eat? French fries while they ski downhill because they're fast food. Will this path take me down to the mountain? No, you'll have to ski there. I really needed the ski vacation from my job sharpening pizza cutters. How come? I find everything much too dull. Can I hear the joke about the chairlift? Nope. Why? Because you're over your head. Pip didn't know much about sports, but when his friends invited him to watch a hockey game at the ice rink, he enthusiastically agreed. After one of the players scored, the crowd would scream up, and one excited penguin held up a giant sign, "Red goal." After cheering wildly, Pip asked, "Who's Owl?" It's "Go Owl" instead of "goal." Why don't puffles like to skate at the ice rink? Because it's for the birds. Why did the penguin cross the ice rink? To get to the other slide. What does a penguin get when he crosses karate moves or hockey sticks? Chopsticks. What do you call a pretty penguin who falls on ice? Slipping beauty. Are you meeting your friend at the ice skating rink? No, I've known him for years. Party at the pizza parlor. Pip got a job as a host of a pizza parlor. One day, a penguin called to make reservations. Could we have a table for 4 at 7 p.m.? The penguins asked. Sorry, Pip answered, but we're booked for that time. We could see you at 6:45, though. Would that be okay? The penguin accepted 6:45 and made the reservation. Okay, Pip confirmed. Just be advised that you may have to wait 15 minutes for your table. Why is my pizza smashed? You told me to make you a pizza and step on it. Why did the penguin say to the pizza, nice to eat you? Does a penguin like to eat pizza you give him? No, he likes to pick and choose. What do penguins like to eat with their pizza? Cold slaw. What do some penguins like to have lunch? Icebergers. What's the penguin's favorite salad? Iceberg lettuce. How does a penguin make pancakes with its flippers? What does a penguin say after eating a huge dinner? Burp. It's not even a joke. That's just a blatant statement. What does a lumberjack penguin like on his pizza? Pineapple. Why should a penguin's dinner have 4 equal sides? So you can eat a square meal. What did the penguin go on a diet? He wanted a new way of life. What do penguins sing on a birthday? Freeze a jolly good fellow. There's a race in the kitchen. What's happening? The lettuce is ahead, the water is running, and the tomato is trying to catch up. I'm tired of making pizza. Can we make a jelly roll instead? How do you make a jelly roll? You push it downhill. Did you hear what happened to the penguin who broke into the pizza parlor? He got arrested for disturbing the pizza. When Pip's friend Len was getting ready for a party in their igloo one day, she asked Pip to come over and help her take care of her Puffle Boo Boo. Pip, who was anxious to help her friend, agreed and asked, "What should I feed Boo Boo for lunch?" "There's all kind of Puffle food in the kitchen," Len replied. "Why don't you decide for yourself? In fact, just pretend I'm not home." A few minutes later, her cell phone rang. "Hello," she answered. On the other end, she heard Pip's voice. "Hello, Len. What should I feed Boo Boo for lunch?" What pet plays in the marching band? The trompet. What's a Puffle's favorite game to play with Penguin? Peekapoo. Pikachu. It's a good thing you named your Puffle Ginger. Why? Because that's what everyone keeps calling it. Where are you going? I'm going to buy new sunglasses in Puffle Way. What's a Puffle Way? Anywhere from 11 to 18 pounds. Forest fun. Pip went hiking through the forest with his friend Kip. Pip brought along a thermos. Kip had never seen one and asked what it was. "It's a thermos," replied Pip. "The guy at the sports shop told me it's used for keeping hot things hot and cold things cold." "Sounds great. What do you have in it?" "Hot chocolate and a popsicle." How does a tree get a fresh start? It turned over a new leaf. What did the penguin say when he held a branch above his head? "This is a stick." Okay, I'm going to continue where we left off here. I'm running out of space. Cola. Where's the word cola? You heard a tiny voice say, "I like your hat." Pip looked all around him, but he couldn't see where the voice was coming from. A minute later, he heard the same voice saying, "Cool sweatshirt." Pip was really puzzled. He asked the penguin next to him if he heard the voice too. The penguin replied, "It's peanuts. They're complimentary." Where do penguins go to dance a snowball? What's the singing penguin's favorite drink? Cola Lola. How can a penguin make a dance floor bigger? When he steps onto it, he adds 2 feet. What is a penguin's favorite party game? Sardines, messy. Okay. There should be enough space for these last few jokes. I want to sing solo on the play, but okay, make sure you don't sing too low so nobody can hear you. I want my voice to fill up the entire auditorium. Okay, but make sure you leave some room for the audience. Pop, why didn't you stay? It's the second act of our play last night because the program said it took place 5 years later. Before I got the job at the stage, I worked for the circus. I was a penguin cannonball and got shot out of a cannon. How was it? Wasn't good too. I got fired all the time. I give Pepsi 5 out of 6.
Didn't work.